Welcome back, Smile Mentor family. Well, it has been 2 weeks now since final delivery, and now they're coming in to check the bite to see how it positions with the lower arch and the rest of my natural dentition, and to basically see how it feels and does any need to be adjusted throughout the process. So, Dr. Ratana?
Yes, perfect.
How are we?
Very good. How are you? How do you feel with your new set?
Feels good. They broke in well. First day, it felt weird. It was a different kind of feeling, but then it's kind of like things adjusted and it settled in pretty well. Still a little high on the back, but
Okay, let me check.
yeah,
That's where we're
the
here,
teeth
okay?
they're great. Yeah, they really.
Okay, let me see. Bite, open, bite, open. This side maybe a little bit?
A little high. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, where do you feel? Let me see. Now I have the marks, so that paper will tell me exactly where you're touching, but it's not going to tell me how much pressure we have in each spot, okay?
Okay.
But we use this special device. This is a little sensor that we're going to test, okay? So open. Close 3 times, please. 1, again. Wait, you're biting the plastic. You have the wider one, the bigger size?
Crash through that thing.
Just change it for that one, please. Yeah. I'm not saying you have a big mouth. I'm just saying that we need the large.
I think
the large.
that's what I might have received off that. Sitting here thinking, huh? Big mouth bass. So is it just the restoration that looks like it fell out there?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to start having food packing again and this and that, so.
So can you just do a crown on it instead of...
Let me check. Let me revise it, yeah.
Okay.
I have to get this unique one. We never use this.
Oh, really?
That's the one for the horses or no?
Oh, wow. I love it.
Okay, sorry, man. Just 1 second. Close 3 times, please. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Hold on. And then bite and hold.
Bite and hold. Open.
And then you can record.
Okay. Bite and hold. Open. Bite and hold. Open. Bite and hold. Open. So I can see the blue marks when I use the paper, but I cannot see how much pressure we have. I may have a little blue mark, and I may have a huge blue mark, but the huge blue mark has no pressure,
Right.
for example. And the little one may have a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So here, I can measure how much pressure we have, and I see that we had 3 different spots that should not be in that quarter. Okay?
Okay.
Getting better, huh? Feel the difference or not?
I think that tool is awesome for patients like me because I always have a hard time describing it.
Do you know how I call the little device? Lie detector.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's
sometimes,
I mean-
it's not because the patient is trying to lie, but we joke with that, because
Yeah.
the patient may say, I feel here, and I say, tuk, tuk, and you see it, So then, yeah, you're right.
That's why I'm going to leave it up to that.
How do you feel?
Good.
Good, huh? Different, like
Yeah.
balanced.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, let me explain you what we did, okay? We did several things. One, we retorqued the screws holding the prosthesis. We cleaned the axis of the screws because you have that access hole that we clean with disinfect with chlorhexidine. We sealed that with a composite material. This is resin-based composite. And then we adjust your bite. The most important part when you're adjusting zirconia is how much you adjust. And then zirconia is extremely good material to be against natural dentition. But if you adjust it and you leave it rough, it's going to be abrasive to the teeth. Okay? And sometimes they adjust a lot and they leave it like that, and then it becomes like a sandpaper against your teeth.
Yeah.
We used to think that that happens because the zirconia is very hard. It's not because of that. Actually, it's much better than the other type of ceramics like feldspathic ceramic, and even better a little bit than Emex, for example. It's because it's less abrasive to the natural dentition. But if you adjust it, it's not going to be just like the polish. Yeah, it's going to be like sandpaper wearing your natural teeth, okay? So it's very important that we adjust, that we did like minimal adjustments, then we polish really well. Now you have a smooth surface that is not going to be abrasive to your teeth, okay?
Perfect. Okay, so that's why the extra polishing, it seems like A, it feels better, but B, it's going to help with the bottom teeth as well.
Yeah, it's mandatory to do that, yeah. So that's just like a tip for the patients,
For the patients, make
that they
sure.
should know.
Yeah, as to why the polishing's so important. Because if someone comes in and just adjusts the prosthetic or your bite and they don't polish, then the natural dentition, if they're like I am, where they have one row natural, one not.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. Make sure they polish.
So let me show you this.
This is the first bite that we took?
Yes, but basically what we need to do is that we need to check the bite, and check the bite, what we call occlusion, okay? Sometimes, and actually we always do it with the marking paper, like the blue paper. Some people use like a thick paper, but we need to do it with different thickness of papers because we need to check at one point first and then go and decrease the thickness of that paper to be able to check those little spots. With those marks, we know where your teeth are touching, but we don't know how much pressure we have in each spot, okay? As I told you before, we may have a huge mark, but the pressure is not that much. And we have a little mark with a lot of pressure that may break the prosthesis or may break a tooth or whatever. So that's why it's very important to use this type of technology, because we can check and verify exactly where you have high pressure spots. So for example, this was your initial scan that actually is like a video, so we can check, and when you make the pressure, we can see where we start touching, and then you increase the pressure and you go down, and you increase the pressure and you go down, okay? So with that, I'm going to match the marks I did with the paper.
So when it shows, it actually captures from no touching to the beginning of the bite, all the way to the force, and then you releasing from the bite.
Exactly. So at the end, we had you have one edentulous space in the bottom part, so that's why you have nothing here. So you have tooth in the back, and then the rest. Okay. So all of them, blue, green, bluish. So that means we're good. So we're even. But this is very important to know, because sometimes the patient is not able to give you that information,
Absolutely. I wouldn't be able to.
And we have very detailed patients that they tell you exactly, I feel that little high spot in this cusp, Seriously. You have those patients. Yeah. But you have other patients that, may have a huge spot here and they cannot even notice that, And then you may break things, or you may have discomfort or whatever, So that's why it's important.
What's the difference here between left and right?
Is the percentage of the movement goes towards this side, you see, 73%. We are not vertical chewers. We're not just like this, like alligators, Right. We make like this. So that's,
Okay. Has this technology been helpful for you?
Of course.
In what you do, because now how can you, with the paper, if the paper was what you did before this?
Of course, yeah,
And
but
so
I mean,
it's-
you get, I mean, like any other field, you get better and better with different techniques. You know what I'm saying? So we feel that pressure. That's why when you make the patient bite and we start like pulling a little bit, and we feel that pressure, and we feel how much, you become better in that. And that's only with years doing occlusal checkups. But then with this, there's no, I mean, this is objective, This is not subjective. This is objective. This is telling me exactly this and this is the high spot, period.
Yeah.
So it's not me or my sensation that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
That's the uniqueness about this type of technology.
That's awesome.
Every toy is very expensive. So some people say, why you need this?
Yeah. I would say that that's crucial. Honestly, as a patient.
Yes, and then 90% of the patients, maybe they don't have like a complex occlusion. You know what I'm saying? You can do a lot of things, and they will survive, and they will have they will be good. But there's a little percentage of patients, and those are the ones that we usually see. That they were treated by different doctors, and they come back trying to redo things. That you need to manage every factor, not only yes, nice aesthetics, or yes, this. No. You need to nail it in every step. Okay, so that's why this is important.
Yeah, I love it. Well, Smile Mentor family, again, this is a unique appointment. I didn't expect today to be what it was. I knew that they had the technology to check my bite, but I didn't realize how important that technology is, especially for a patient like me who doesn't know how always to describe to a professional, this is high or that feels weird. The machine can help pick it up. And so Dr. Ratana did an awesome job on looking at the data, fixing it, and then explaining why the polishing part. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Really want to make sure that the technology doesn't stop in just what they show you before the surgery, right? It's not just colors and all that kind of stuff. This is another example of investing in technology. It really will help you as a patient. So even in your consult, ask, do you guys do this at the end? So thank you, Dr. Ratana. Really appreciate it.
Perfect, man.